Hello guys, Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera to everyone. We are from Social Psychology student. As this time we do collaboration with SGU Lighthouse show for our group project. First, I think before we wait others viewers to come inside, we're gonna introduce ourselves. As my name is Ifa Shaura, and I am a fourth year student at Unitan Putrajaya in Electrical Power Engineering. Adam, can you introduce yourself, please?
Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Muhammad Adam Haris bin Muhammad Joranas. I am a third year student in degree for software engineering. I live in Ipoh, Perak. Okay, I pass to Sharifah. Hmm.
Alright, hello, hi, assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Sharifah Nur Ashura binti Sayyid Muhammad Sadi. I am a bachelor in human resource student from Unit 10 Muazzam Shah. So it's nice to see you guys today.
All right, Ashura. And guys, just a little reminder to especially Unit 10 student, please wait until the end of the session because the scoring link and the prize quizzes will be given at the end of the session. Later on, we will select four winners and the rewarding prize is up to about 50 ringgit for quizzes. So guys, please stay tuned. And please feel free to ask us any question in the comment box. We will go through it later on. Okay, I guess I can start.
Yes, please.
Okay, just for a recap, like last week in previous talk, we have discussed what is domestic violence between family members. Today, we'll be discussing domestic violence specifically in relationship. Basically, this is a continuous topic related to the domestic violence. Next slide, please. Okay, firstly, today's session agenda, the first section, I'm going to do introduction, and then the second section will be led by Adam, and then third section, I'm going to be presenting by Ashura. Okay, next. Okay, recap on what is domestic violence. Domestic violence is defined as a desire to gain and maintain power and control over an intimate partner. There are several types of violence such as physical, emotional, psychological, sexual, social, and also financial abuse. On last week, we're gonna discuss or focusing on the victim of domestic violence among family members that effects such as child and senior abuse. But for this week, we're gonna focusing on I'm gonna elaborate more on the relationship between partnership. Okay, next. Okay, abusive people believe and they have the right to control and restrict their partner life. It's often either because they believe their feelings and needs should be the priority in relationship or because they enjoy exerting the power that such abuse give them. Okay, this is like the will to understand more about relationship abuse. To understand relationship abuse, we must recognize that it's more than physical violence, ending the harm and stigma of domestic violence require a deep understanding of behavior that define it. As we can see comparison of the power and control versus the equality will, we can see from power and control will that developed by the Domestic Abuse Intervention Program in Minnesota. It shows how domestic violence is actually a behavioral pattern and how abuser may use different tactics just to establish power and control. As the wheel as a diagram of tactics that an abuser partner used to keep their victim to still intact in the relationship. The complexity of relationship abuse can never be summarized in a single diagram, of course, but this will present a useful lens through which to inquire about domestic violence. As for the equality will, the equality will is actually describe the qualities involved in a healthy relationship. It can also be used to identify unhealthy behavior. It shows the changes needed for individual to ensure equality in a relationship. And it's also a healthy nonviolent partnership. As you can see in the the equality picture and the comparison between power and control. Okay, guys, next slide. So, what is healthy relationship? Okay, people in healthy relationship usually respect each other. They can talk, they can be honest with each other. They also share power and control over a decision that's very equal. But they also trust, support, and respect each other independence. In contrast, and healthy in unhealthy relationship, this is absolutely unbalanced. One partner will try to control other partner. As you can see, like in the table below, as a healthy relationship has a very equal equal decision making and responsibility. As for honesty, they can talk everything with their partner. They can tell each other how they feel without feeling scared or without feeling of judgment. And they also respect to each other decision is respect to each other private time, which is very healthy. While unhealthy relationship, one partner tend to control or make all the decision and expect others to just follow them. And it's also mostly in case of unhealthy relationship, there's so much dishonesty and lying towards each other. um, as for physical abuse, one partner will usually use one forces to get anything, in example of like by hitting or slapping. And usually unhealthy relationship is always they respect their partner. Next is red flag in relationship. Okay, this is important. I want to show you guys a warning sign and cues to pay attention. As guideline to avoid a potentially abusive partner. You must have question to ask your partner, such as they have a history of trouble with the law, or they usually get into fights or break and destroy property. And they also like will try to isolate yourself and control whom you see or where you go. Most of them will try to ignore you, give you silent treatment, or hang up on you, or simply just like disappear for a few days. This is the sign that you must take an action, and sign that you're already involved in an abusive relationship is you feel afraid to make decision or bring up certain subjects so that the other person won't get mad. You find yourself crying a lot, being depressed or unhappy. You find physical or emotional abuse getting worse by over time. Next is cycle of violence. As you can see in this view, in the previous talk, we already get a brief explanation on cycle of violence, where domestic violence often happen in a cycle. Today, I would like to elaborate more about this cycle of violence so we can get a deeper understanding why people stay in abusive relationship. Most often question asked concerning domestic violence is why don't does the victim just leave the abuser? There is no simple answer to this question because domestic violence is a complex phenomenon, especially involve the one that you love. It may often lead to battered woman syndrome, where a woman in an abusive relationship start to feel helpless, worthless, and just accepting the status of quo. This basic cycle consists of an outburst of violence, which is followed by so-called honeymoon period that will be characterized by sudden positive change in the behavior, or very apologetic about their behavior, make promises to change, and may even offer present and do big gesture that they never even do it before. However, this period does not last long. Its only function is to eliminate the worries of victim regarding to the future of relationship. The victim is typically engaged and involved at this stage, as nobody likes to remember negative experience. The victim, therefore, welcome and apparent changes and just forgive the abuser. Remember, guys, it is important to break the cycle. If you are in an abusive situation, you might recognize the abusive pattern as the cycle will usually repeat itself. The longer you stay in an abusive relationship, the greater the physical and emotional damage. You might become depressed, anxious, or you might begin to doubt your ability to take care of yourself. You might also wonder if abuse happened is all your fault. You're gonna stop blaming yourself. It is a common point of confusion among survivors that make it more difficult for them to seek help. Remember, don't take the blame. You may not be ready to seek help because you believe you are at least partially to blame for abuse. But the reason mostly may include your partner always blame you for violence in your relationship. The rarely the abuser usually rarely take responsibility for their action, and your partner also only exhibit abusive behavior with you. Abusers are often concerned with outward appearance and may appear charming and stable on outside of the relationship. This may cause you to believe that their action can only be explained by something that you have done. You have acted. And next is you have to act it verbally or physically against your abuser, such as you yell at them or you hitting them during a conflict. You might worry that you are the one that abusive, but it's much more likely that you are just acted in self-defense or intense emotional distress. Your abuser may use such incident to manipulate you, describing them as a proof that you are the one that abusive partner. Remember, guys, regardless of the circumstances of your relationship or past, no one deserves to be abused, and you are responsible for your partner abusive action. Okay, next I will pass to Adam.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Adam. So I will continue what's left from IFA. So before that, I am nervous. Okay, I'm so sorry. So please bear with me. So I try to cope up with all I can. And okay, if I may, I will start. So there are many signs of an abusive partner. So, but there are so many. But I will highlight on the a few main signs of the of an abusive partner. So, next slide, please. Okay. So these are the mains. First of all, there are jealousy and possessiveness. So possessiveness is someone who like to be with you frequently, constantly. Um, it's okay to be with your partner all the time, but not 24/7. They need some private space too. So another thing is, they sometimes if they are too often with you, they tend to accuse you of cheating all the time. They also follow you around frequently, calls you. It's okay to call, but sometimes we need to let them have their private space. Sometimes it can be worse. They ask their friends to check out on you on what are you doing. Either you go to the mall somewhere else or go to a places with someone else. They try to check you out. Number two is controlling behavior. They are trying to controlling our behavior. Constantly question who you spend your time with, what do you do, what do you wear, what do you say, where did you went. So sometimes that type of behavior is troublesome. We did not get our privacy properly, so we tend to get stressful sometimes. And then make you ask permission to do certain things. Sometimes we love to play with our hobbies. We love to do like, the thing we love, but as they are controlling us, they make us to ask for the permission to do what we love. It's- So another one, act like you don't have the ability to make a good decision. They think we are not capable of doing a good decision. Next, hide controlling behavior by pretending concern for your safety. They try to hide their controlling behavior by concern about our safety, about where are we going, the safety when we drive, when we go to a lot people place. So that is very troublesome. So the third point is isolation. Isolation, maybe a partner who are married, they try to isolate you. A family, they are too controlling. Um, Maybe you're too dependent on the sources that they have. Sometimes you want to borrow their car, they don't allow you. Sometimes that is controlling behavior. Isolation, they can be. They also want to know who are you talking on the phone. Still isolation. Sometimes they block your internet connection for you to use to socialize to your friends. So that is also an isolation. Next slide, please. So sorry. So another two, use emotional blackmail. Emotional blackmail is very common in abusive partner. Using emotional blackmail are a way to ensure that a person is placed in a constant terror or fear. So through intimidation, a power imbalance is created. This gives one person the upper hand as the other comes under their control. Some example I can conclude is manipulating and controlling you by making you feel guilty. This is very common. And another one, this is may not be very common, but it happens. Humiliating us in public, yes. But in private, it's sometimes common. Another example is using your fear, value, compassion, or other hot buttons to control you or the situation. Exaggerating your flaws or pointing them out in order to deflect attention or to avoid taking responsibility for their poor choices or mistake. They always point out to us. Another one, denying that an event took place or lying about it. Punishing you will withholding affection or giving you the silent treatment. So the next point is victim blaming. Victim blaming. So I give you an example. If there is a problem at school or work, or if anything goes wrong in a relationship, it is all the victim's fault. It's always the victim's fault. That is abusive partner. Abuser won't take responsibility for their own behavior. Abuser will also try to make the victim responsible for how they feel, such as example, the usual and the common one. You are making mad, you're hurting me by not doing what I ask. I can't help being angry. The abuser will not and won't take responsibility for their own feeling. They always point out to us. So next slide, please. So the second one is the point is how to live an abusive relationship. So first of all, you may be scared, alone, and not know what to do, but know that there are people who want to help you find a safe place to call home. You do not have to go through this alone. You are not to blame for the abuse you are experiencing, and none of what you are suffering is your fault. So abuser often tries to convince you that the abuse is your fault. Always, that is very common. Do not believe that, like any other person, you have the right to safety, healing, and to be out of harm way. So the second one is safety is the most important concern. When you begin to seeking help and planning how to live an abusive relationship, Power explains. The safer way is to make sure that abusers do not find out you plan to leave the relationship. If you are unsure about monitoring technology and cannot safely hide documents, it may not be the best to use your phone or computer. Try to use other people's phone or public computer to retrieve information. As you think about your next step, also remember that the most important information that you the most important thing is to get to a safe place. Once you are in a safe place and away from abuser, you can take care of things like finding a new place to live, job, and counseling, and etc. So the third one is you may feel alone when abuser isolate you from your friend, family, and other people in your life who might help you or recognize danger. In reality, those who love you before you abuser took control of your life will want to help you if they see that you desperately need love and care. Reach out to the people you miss, feel comfortable with, and have considered loved one in the past. Not only that they can serve as a guide during this difficult time, but they can also help you stay safe and possibly prevent you from returning to your abusive partner. So the number and five is the same point. So I will speak up to number four and five. So local victim advocates can help you create a safety plan and guide you through the stage or process. You do not have to do this alone. In fact, as you navigate your uh, in fact, reaching out to the hotline and local shelters can help you make the best possible decision as you navigate your situation. Domestic violence hotline can also help you find shelters and other resources you need during the time. And number six, and last one, to break the cycle, do your best to stay far away from your abuser as possible. Your abuser will try to do everything to return to him, to make you return to him or her. Rely on family, friends, and shelter staff. Sorry, to help you focus on what most important, your safety. While it may seem that you need your abuser present in your life, you do not have to. Instead, rely on many options available to those fleeing abusive situation for support. Not only are these individuals qualified to help people in your situation, but they have chosen to take this position because they essentially care about your health, safety, and well-being. Okay, that is all from me. I'm sorry for I'm being so nervous. So I pass to Sharifah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adam. So, hello, hi everyone. My part is to tell a true story about Jahidah Nordin, who has been abused by her husband. So, the story was told by her sister Fazariah Nordin. So, let's get started. All right. Jahidah binti Nordin, born on 20th of June 1978, and she was 43 years old in 2021. Works as a civil servant and lives in Lakin, Johor Bahru. She gets married to her husband on 7th of September 2020. Her husband was 38 years old, which younger than her. However, Jahida was the third wife of his husband. She's 4 weeks pregnant to her first child, and this case happened on 4th of May last year. So yes, it is normal to live in a married life, which there will be definitely be times when husband and wives are not on the same page and quarrel due to lack of understanding. However, the situation is not a ticket to abuse each other. Unfortunately, the story of this woman caused sadness among netizens when she was beaten by her own husband while she was 4 weeks pregnant. All right, next slide, please. So recently, a Facebook user known as Fazariah Nordin, which was the sister, uploaded a post claiming that her sister named Jahida was rushed to the intensive care unit ICU after being severely beaten by her own husband. But Fazaria told that she received a call from her brother-in-law a day later which was 5th of May, telling that her sister Jahida was hospitalized, and he also told Fazaria that he pushed Jahida a bit before she fell. But according to the doctor who treated her sister, the woman suffered severe injuries, including spinal cord, jaw, and also face. In addition, there are also bruises on the face, eyes, and other limbs. This shows that her husband did not push her a bit, as what he told Fazaria. All right, next slide. Okay, so the medical team informed her sister was suffering from severe brain hemorrhage, in which her entire brain was filled with blood. So that the doctor had to perform brain surgery for 12 hours, and now her sister is in coma. Talking about the victim, Jahida's personality, Fazaria expressed that the woman was so soft-hearted. In fact, she was a gentle person. So when she was treated in such a way, Fazaria seemed to not believe in what happened and hope that her sister would get justice later. Not only that, Fazaria also disappointed on her brother-in-law's action, who decided to leave his wife alone with the baby in hospital before disappearing and fleeing. All right, moving on to the next slide. Okay, so however, the baby named J. Ishan Nufail, or has been called the miracle baby, survived until he was born on 30th of November 2021. We can see here how strong Jahida was. So Jahida is still unable to move and still a bedridden, lying in bed. So the baby was taken care by her sister Fazaria. There were signs that Jahida actually understood their conversations or questions based on her body language, because she frequently shed tears. All right, so last slide, last slide for this story. All right, so lastly, on 12th of June last year, the suspect was arrested and arrested while he buying food. However, the suspect appealed for his bail to be reduced, as he had 3 wives and 7 children, and the case is still ongoing until now. All right, so I will be moving to another story. So next slide, please. So the second story will be these two celebrities, which is Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. The personal and marital lives of Johnny Depp and his wife, Amber Heard, began to crack around 2016. After the couple divorced, Amber Heard revealed that she had been a victim of verbal and physical abuse throughout her marriage to Johnny. So, next slide. All right. So, according to the first photo, at first, media and fans believe Amber's confession, but after a photo, which is on the second photo of Johnny suffering some injuries to his face and also his body, was spread on social media, fans are starting to believe that Amber Heard was just cheating on being a victim all this time. So, in another statement, Johnny Depp admit to being often abused and beaten by his own ex-wife. So Amber Heard actually abused him, and he told that She told that she's the one who being abused. So Johnny Depp revealed that Amber had acted aggressively by hitting him and once threw a bottle towards Johnny's face, resulting in several injuries to his limbs and bruises on his face. In fact, Amber also hit him until there was a struggle that Amber also sliced off Johnny Depp's finger. But then, his ex-wife didn't admit on Johnny's statement. Johnny Depp's daughter, which is on the third photo, Lily Rose Depp, defended him after his wife Amber Heard accused Depp of committing domestic violence and filed for divorce. So Lily Rose Depp uploaded on her Instagram story said that her father is a loving person towards her as well as her brother. However, in early 2019, Johnny had filed a lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard for 50,000. No, no, I'm sorry, $50 million. Most recently, Johnny Depp has submitted some evidence of audio recording containing recording of Amber's voice, and in the voice recording, Amber is seen admitting to physically beating Johnny using utensils such as pots and pans. So, who would have thought that men are also victims of physical and mental abuse? It is true that people say never judge something based on only uh, on the outside. Hopefully, justice can be demanded and appropriate punishment imposed on the perpetrator. So that's all from me. I will pass the mic to Ifa. Thank you.
Well done, Ashura. That's so right. Like most of the case, including the domestic violence, is about 75% experienced by women, but still got 25% that can be male and other gender, right? All right, we will open the Q&A session right now. If you have any question, please don't be shy and just ask us in the comment box. Come on, guys. Okay, maybe this question was specifically for Ashura. Maybe Ashura can answer a question from Fakar Zamri. Is it any different in law between men abuse women and women abuse men?
Sorry again, please.
Is there any different in law that if a man abuse woman and if a woman abuse man, is that a different law for it? Maybe
All right.
different life sentence. I don't know. Maybe.
All right. So I think there will be no. I think everything is just the same
Yeah, I
according to
think
the law,
so.
right?
Yeah. I don't think is there any difference in a law term that will reduce if it's a woman as an abuser, right? But maybe the case will be a little bit hard to prove since men were more exposed to be violence and abuser.
Yes.
The same law should be applicable to women and men. I think
Yes,
that's the
it's so
way.
true, Adam. And Alif Akmal asks, is fighting back your abuser is an option? Do you want to answer this, Adam?
Is fighting back your abuser an option? So I think it's a very good option, but you need to control how you fight back. Because if you fight back in the wrong way, you may be the law may be against you. That is, you
Yeah,
have to be careful. Yes,
that was so right. Maybe we can just like fight just to defend ourselves, but not to like hurt
maybe fighting
hurt
back
the person.
by recording what they say or what they are doing by apa? Hidden cam. That is the evidence that you can show to the law, so it may go against him.
Well, that was so true, Adam. And there is another question that it is general or for certain country that regarding to the first question, different in law. What do you guys think?
I think it should be applicable. The law should be the same to women and men. I think, but I am not sure to the minor country. Maybe they have different law on their country, respective country.
Yeah,
Maybe
might be probably agree. How to defend without hurting the abuser? I mean, like, maybe you can defend yourself enough. Maybe you can hurt, but not like until it's so like they're so hurted or um, they're so physically damaged. Maybe just enough for you to run and seek for help.
maybe the best way is just like I said just now, planting an hidden camera to set as evidence, or if physically, maybe you just defend on may must not let him touch your face, your chest, or any private parts, so it may not hurt you for a long term. That's how maybe physically defend yourself.
Yeah. All right. Is there any question? You can also share your view with us regarding to this domestic violence in relationship. About Adam and Shu, do you guys want to share anything?
Maybe not. Maybe that's all I had. Sorry.
How about you, Ashura?
All right. So, regarding to the third question, how to defend without hurting the abusers? In my point of view, I think most of the abusers are at mostly they will be hot tempered kind of person. So, how to defend yourself? How to make them stop hurting you? I think we can just use verbal. I mean, like we can just slow talk because that's the only way to make them calm. Because we cannot, I mean, like
Just trying
uh,
to communicate things, right?
yes, yes. So I
Yeah,
think
trying to communicate.
that's the only way to make them calm and they will stop.
That was a very calmful way, a very rational way to deal with domestic violence. Okay, one last question. What is the most significant red flag before you fell into abusive relationship? If you guys have any experience before, what is like definitely a red flag? As for me, it was definitely a red flag if they cannot give you some private time. They always like consume your time, always want to be with you. They always want to control you on what you wear, what you talk, who you be friend with, which is to me very unhealthy and a big red flag. How about you, Adam?
I agree with you. My mainly is about controlling what we love to do, because we have hobby since we are little kids, since our we are staying with our parents. So that is hobby that we love to do. So the thing that we make us happy to do in a very peace way. So my red flag is controlling what you like to do. What about you, Sharifah?
I think I think for me, it's a red flag when he started to control us. Um, because our even our parents um didn't control us that bad. You know, so I think that's the sign that we need to make a move.
That was so. Everyone was agreeing on the same thing. That I think like to us that is like just the sign about the red flag sign that we all need to need to consider before getting into a serious relationship. As that's all question, and we will start with the quizzes. For quiz session, please take note for a Unit 10 student. Please enter the quiz using your ID student number. As for the non-Unit 10 student, you can use your username with FB name as your ID. Okay. Remember, guys, the first prize is 50 ringgit, and second prize is 35 ringgit. Third prize is 25, and fourth is 15. So try your best and give a shot. Are you guys ready? You guys can can join through the link given in the comment section below.
Come on, guys. Easy money. I'm
Easy money.
Yes. You can take your girlfriend with this money to go to iftar.
Salam Dr. Husni. It will be very easy if you focusing from our top. This question will be as simple as an ABC.
Just like I said, easy money.
Currently, we have already have 14 players. So if, if you still want to join, you can just join through the link given and give it a shot. You might be our first first prize winner tonight. You ready, guys? We're gonna start the quiz anytime soon. For about another 2 more minutes. So anyone already enter the quiz can prepare yourself first. One more minute, guys. Alright, it's 9:49 p.m. and we're gonna start the quiz right now. Okay, there's some technical issue as we'll be starting a little bit late, but just stay first and wait. Just gonna take few minutes, guys. Currently, we have 22 players. Hope everyone just try their best. One last recall: if you guys still want to join, you can just join through the link that already pinned in the top comment. hope everyone prepared. And as today is Friday, I hope everyone will have a nice weekend ahead. How about you, Adam and Ashra? What is your planning for this weekend?
I'm already thinking about Raya.
I'm still completing my assignment.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too. But
it was a
I
submission week.
I still doing my FYP, but still thinking about Raya. That's all.
Uh, all the best.
All the best.
Thank you.
All
All right,
right.
guys. We already started our
All the best,
quiz.
everyone.
All right, the first question is, what is mental abuse in relationship?
Come on, everyone.
Wow. Most of the people answer it right. It's all of the above. It is mental abuse, is verbal rejection, and also gaslighting. Okay, let's go towards our second question. What is the sign of mental abuse in relationship? What is the sign? You may have experienced some. Most of the people got it right. It was mostly about controlling and possessive.
Good job. Good job.
You guys clearly focused. Good question. Alright, the risk factor of mental abuse in relationship.
Come on, guys. Not many time left.
Time's up and oh my god, the board is keep changing. Okay, for this question, most of you guys also answer right. Congratulations.
Good job, guys.
Why is it
Why
difficult?
is it difficult to detect abuse in relationship? So most of you guys got it right. Okay, good job, guys. So next question, let's go. Let's move on. Fifth question. Your partner overly invested in your social life. Which type of abuse this is? Come on, guys. Easy questions. It's changing again. Well, all of you got it right. Let's go. But some of you didn't make it. You need to be fast, guys. Let's go. Move on to the next question. Your partner is yelling at you constantly. Which type of abuse is? Okay, you need to be quick, guys. Okay, time is up. Okay, we have a fixed leader in this board. So most of you guys got it right. Move on to the next question. Good job, guys.
All right, moving on to the next question. So, which is the correct behavior of controlling emotional abuse in relationship? Which one? Come on, come on. Come on, it's about time. All right, time is up. There you go. So, the answer is all of the above. All right, next question. The second last question, I think. So, which is the correct behavior of emotional neglect in relationship? Choose wisely.
5 more seconds, guys.
Time is up. So the answer, oops, I think we are having the same winner. Right. How to help someone from abusive relationship? Abusive relationship. How to help? 2 seconds left. So,
The board is not changing. Everyone got it right, mostly.
this will be the last question, everyone. Why is it hard for people being abused to leave the abuser?
I think we got our winner.
Wow.
That's on the last question. And this is our winner for tonight. And just a little reminder for our top four winner, please please aware and look at the chat box because we will be providing link for the winner for you to claim your prizes.
Congratulations to all winners.
Zulfuka and AB 1081566, AB 1081576, Muki Mukiasa Camellia, Mukisa Camellia. That is our top four. Top 4 winner. Congratulations, guys. Good job. All right. Okay, and don't forget to for Uniton student, you can you can go to the link to for Scoran link, so you can join for Scoran. That's all. That's all
Okay,
for
guys.
tonight.
Scoring
Thank
is
you for
provided, so don't worry. You
the
didn't waste your time.
participation.
Okay. All the
All
best,
right,
guys.
everyone.
See you again.